But okay, so potential cornerback moves. That was the other part of this show. Um, People have asked, about like, hey, would they go out and get a, Stephon Gilmore? I think that that would be a fine idea. Um, I don't think Xavien Howard would be a good idea because he's bad. um, there's a reason that the Dolphins were so quick to just get rid of him is because he was putrid last year. So I don't think that Xavien Howard would be a great signing. I think Gilmore was still fine. So I'm cool if that's, a 1 year band-aid type signing. Um, but as I've said before, I think that, Joey Porter and Dante Jackson on the outside, you can do worse than Dante Jackson. Um, if they wanted to just bring in a nickel guy, like a proven nickel guy, maybe it's Cam Sutton. And if it is Cam Sutton, again, that's a situation I touched on a little bit yesterday, saying that I don't know. No one knows the extent of what happened. You know, if he did the things that he's being accused of, then, absolutely that's, not something that you want to, advertise. I don't know what the right word is, but his charges went down to a misdemeanor. I think that he has to participate in a anger management program or something of that nature. Again, I don't know the full details on it. Um, and while whatever he did, definitely don't support that whatsoever. I do support, somebody if they're genuinely remorseful and show that they want to change. I think that second chances are allowed to be had. And asking people around the beat and seeing people talk around the beat who, when Cam Sutton was there, Alan Saunders from Steelers Now was on the Locked On Steelers pod with Chris Carter. And he said, if you would have told me that somebody from, former Steeler got in trouble for, a domestic violence incident, I probably could have named 50 dudes before I named Cam Sutton. So, yeah, I'd like to think that that's not who he is. And it was just a horrible mistake. And if he is, genuinely remorseful about whatever happened and the Steelers would feel comfortable in bringing him back, then that's something that, the play is still good. He wasn't a fit with the Lions, but we saw how good he was when he played in the nickel with Pittsburgh. So we'll see. If that ends up being the move, then okay. Beanie Bishop, they signed as an undrafted free agent from West Virginia. I think that that's a guy who, if they don't make a move, will legitimately be their week 1 starter at nickel, which would be a little bit nerve-wracking, but was a consensus All-American at West Virginia, led the nation in passes broken up, had 4 picks. You could certainly do worse. K'Wan Williams is still on the market, who's a nickel guy, played with the Broncos last year. He's 33, though, so a little bit older, would definitely only be like a 1-year stopgap type of guy, or somebody that they would start the year with him as the starter and then eventually work in Bishop as the starter, if I had to guess. But, in terms of, like I said, a lot of people are like, oh, Xavien Howard's not good anymore. If Xavien Howard was like a surprise release because like he played well last year, then yeah, absolutely, I'd be all in to go get Xavien Howard, but he's just not good anymore. So Dante Jackson right now is probably a better option than Xavien Howard would be. So if they would want to get a Stephon Gilmore, like I said, that's fine. If they bring in a Cam Sutton for the nickel spot, okay. I think Beanie Bishop's a realistic option to start week 1. We'll see how he looks in camp in the preseason. K'Wan Williams. Who else is really even out there right now? Someone says Rock Ya-Sin available. I think he signed somewhere. I can just pull up the list of remaining free agents at corner. We'll do that real quick. So, free agent cornerbacks. I probably should have had that window open already, but, it's okay. I also hate Spotrack's new website design too, by the way. Their new layout. I hate it. Not a fan. What the hell, Spotrack? What are we doing? Apparently I have to type that in. Okay, let's get this pulled up real quick. Sorry for taking a few minutes there. Okay, so available. Oh my goodness, it's all positions. I hate this website so much. Okay, so J.C. Jackson's the guy that's available. I don't know how he would fit in this defense. He didn't do great when he was with the Chargers, rejoined the Patriots last year, but then I think he has some sort of criminal thing right now. I think related to gun charges or something. Adoree Jackson's still available. That's a name that you could pay attention to. Of course, there's a possibility that they bring back Patrick Peterson. I hope that's not what they do. Really hope that's not what they do. This would be a fun name. I don't know if he would want to come back. It's a former Steeler, but the way that it ended the first time, I don't know if that bridge is burned, but again, maybe possible. Steven Nelson. I liked Steven Nelson. He was really cool. Actually came on my podcast 3 years ago. Might have been 4 years ago. Excuse me. I think it was during COVID, so it would have been during the 2020 season. One of the cooler dudes I've ever had on my show, or at least one of the cooler players. I really enjoyed Steven Nelson. Really good number 2 guy. Like, I think that Steven Nelson was pretty underrated, and unfortunately they cut him as a cap casualty type situation, but I really liked Steven Nelson, and if that's still a possibility of him being able to be brought back into the fold, I would like that. I think I saw someone say Keon Crossan. Let me look. I'm pretty sure I wasn't just seeing things there. Somebody named Keon Crossan. Maybe I am just seeing things. Yeah, I'm saying Steven Nelson hates Tom. Yeah, and again, yeah, said Mike Tomlin lied to his face. And look, if that is, if that's a bridge that's completely burned, then okay. But, if he doesn't get signed and appears to be, just kind of sitting at home and the Steelers call it, I wonder if, those bridges could be mended.